Good morning and welcome to Truro. We're here on a pretty miserable day with rain, but it's not just the rain making it miserable. It's today in the country we've got one of the biggest days of strike action in history. We've got people from all sectors of work on strike today, from junior doctors through to teachers. We've got local staff from BBC on strike today, and we're here just outside Truro with members of Prospect Union, who some of whom work for Natural England, who we're going to talk to now, who have been on strike this morning. So Mariam, hi.
Hi.
If you just introduce yourself and tell us about why you're striking today, why this has happened.
My name's Mariam Bryan. I'm a Prospect Union representative here in Truro, and I work for Natural England, looking after the natural environment, trees and wood, I think. But we're striking today, and this is the first time I've done this ever. We don't do it lightly; it's a last resort. But we're striking today because we've had more than 10 years of pay restraint, and actually a lot of us can't actually make ends meet anymore. We've got members using food banks, which is an absolute outrage. We just want to do our job and look after the natural world, and we need pay restoration for nature conservation.
So for people that don't know, just to describe a little bit about your job, what you do here at Natural England.
We look after the natural world. We look after the nationally and internationally protected sites. We try to ensure that their condition is maintained and that they're managed appropriately. We work with farmers and other land managers to help people manage the land in a most environmentally friendly way. We connect people with nature, so we do a lot of work with the public and with community groups.
And in terms of the Prospect Union, the negotiations on just now, but with management about pay, I mean, where are you with that just now? Negotiations
have been difficult, I think, to say the least, which is why we're striking now. We feel enough is enough. There's not been enough movement. Last time we had industrial action, we actually stepped back from taking strike action because of promises with talks, but those talks didn't go anywhere. So we're here today to make a stand and say enough is enough. Something's got to happen. Something's got to give. And yeah, we need to be shown some goodwill. So the talks need to get serious and happen.
We'll just move out of the way to let this stand. We don't get run over. So,
Hello.
so it's not just England though.
No.
We've got people from
Animal Plant Health Agency.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about what you do.
So the Animal Plant Health Agency is primarily a disease response agency for farmed animals. Our response is, and our responsibilities are to looking after farmers, the animals themselves, welfare, and essentially trying to keep our country going as far as international trade, licensing. So it's a far-ranging job, and the impacts over the last years and decade, I suppose, have been with pay erosion, as Marion talked about, that we're actually paying out of pocket after tax to do government work.
Right.
It's a situation which is completely unacceptable. One of the analogies I used was it's like asking a bus driver to pitch it towards the diesel in the bus he's driving. We're very proud of the job we do. It's a very important job looking after the farmed animals and wildlife around our country, protecting them from disease. And in a changing world around us, as these issues become more important, have more of an impact on everyday people's lives as far as food security and availability and the environment that we all really want to look after. without being able to retain staff, without being able to provide staff with the right resources to get these jobs done, and without penalising them for wanting to continue to do an important and valuable job, I think it's going to be far more difficult, and people will start seeing the impacts of that as we go forward without change.
And I suppose attracting new people to the job as well could be an issue.
Yeah, attracting new staff retention. Obviously, it's a massive issue, as my friend over there, Marion, said. Our offices are now, the notice boards have information of food banks and where you can go to get financial secure help. On the wages that we get, shouldn't, it just shouldn't be happening. We're supposed to be management grade, a lot of people.
So, I mean, you've seen the strikes, or I'm just watch that I just don't get run over by this van behind me. You've all seen the strikes that have been going on across other sectors. I mean, since last year, there's been strikes going on with road strikes and postal strikes. Looking at those, how hopeful are you? How confident are you that negotiations might come to something that would be acceptable for yourselves?
I think the hope is always there. I mean, I think we're all here because we have hope that things will be improved, that we will be listened to sooner or later. What we also hope for, I think, is a wider support in the general public. That I think other areas and sectors that you've just referenced are seeing that wider support in the public. Certainly with the stakeholders and the customers that we work with, there's a large amount of support that I see day to day. So hopefully that will have a positive impact on negotiations, or potential negotiations moving forward and seeing actual change.
And there's just a handful of you. What sort of percentage of your staff do you represent? Is the feeling mutual with other staff?
Well, again, pay erosion and the fact that staff are actually subsidising their work after tax out of their wages, I think is something that affects everybody. So, as with a lot of unions, I think that the good thing that we try and bring into the conversation, but a beneficial impact on all of our colleagues. So it's not a selfish thing that any of us are doing. It is, we do represent the large majority of the people we work with, regardless of whether they're standing here with us.
We've got a third of our workforce represented and out today across the country, across England.
Yeah.
And that's just with the Prospect Union, but we've also got a colleague from PCS here as well, Public and Commercial Services Union, who also represent members in Natural England. So, and we're part of the same dispute and in solidarity.
And nobody wants to be striking, especially on a day like today, stood out and the rain. But will you strike again if you need to?
Absolutely, if we need to. Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for talking to us this morning, and best of luck.
Thank you.